Alright guys, this is gonna be my Crystal Maiden refill commentary.
Prepare for battle.
Okay. So, this was not a random, like, what is it called, a random bonus hero. I bought the mango. So, I'm gonna explain why, my reason behind it. But, looking at the lineup, it's gonna be Juggernaut and Dark Willow bottom, Bristleback, Crystal Maiden top, and Storm mid. Enemy lineup, Invoker is likely to be mid, Anti-Mage top, Jack Hero I don't know, Windranger I don't know, Pudge I'm not sure, so maybe they might be trail laning, they might be dual laning, we have no idea, but I know that Anti-Mage was top. We found him, looks like he is like a little bit AFK, we're gonna take advantage of this, so we just did a lot of damage to him.
That was 30 seconds to battle.
And let me explain why I got 2 mangoes here. Even though, you know, it's not a... So when the Crystal Maiden is bonus hero, I think their hero is really powerful. But even if she's not, I think you should still want to buy at least 1 mango. For me, I think mango is just too powerful. I go to mangoes like almost every game. At the sacrifice of my tango. This is totally fine. And the reason is, and now we're going to the bounce road. The reason is, I don't think Crystal Maiden is a hero that is really good at trading HP with the enemy, right? So you guys already know how, like, if you're playing support, your job is to harass the enemy, they hit you, you hit them, and you just try to win some region war, and you know, like, therefore you harass them and dome them out, right? And therefore you benefit. But concept behind Crystal Maiden is you don't really want to do that. I already know that Crystal Maiden is a pretty weak laner. She's not really like fantastic babysitter. She's more of a ganker, disabler, and all I want to do is hit level 2 as soon as possible, get the Arcane Aura, and you know, just provide mana to my team globally. That's what I want to do. And if I want to win the right clicking, I'm gonna have to use my Frostbite. I mean, so here I already used 2 mangoes, like every time I get a chance to do it. So now that Zakir was a little bit closer to our creep lane, I knew that this would happen. Zakir was now taking shit tons of damage. My Frostbite, my right click, and the creep. Pudge is coming, but I'm not really afraid of it. I'm gonna use Tango to just dodge him a little bit. And I was ready to cast my Frostbite, but I was out of my mana. Okay, I think I try to do this to eat the large creep with my Frostbite, but I was out of mana and now I do not have vision, so I failed it. Bristleback was being annoying, Anti-Mage is diving in, Pudge is diving in. I'm not really scared of Pudge at level 1, Pudge is gonna die here. Wish I had 1 more mango. If I had mango, this guy is dead. If I had 1 mango, Anti-Mage was dead, and Jakiro was dead. I knew I was gonna die when I got hit by Druid Breath, so I'm gonna try to just right click him down. I'm gonna die, but I gave Bristleback a lot of space. I know how, like, Bristleback is kind of terrible at level 1 spectrum. You guys know, if you've been playing offlane, like, it's really hard for Bristleback to hit level 2, level 3 when it's solo offlaning. So I did not want him to do that. I did not want him to get isolated in the early stage of the laning. That is the reason why we're dual laning. So usually I would go trial lane if this was like a few patches ago. But now that trial-laning kind of sucks and it is situational, just go dueling whatever the heroes are playing. Even though Crystal Maiden is not fantastic, again, I said, at lane pressure, you just have to go dueling, suck it up, be creative, try to make space to your team. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to cast a Frostbite, knowing that the enemy team will come. By doing this, I am granting 1 versus 1 situation, as you guys can see in the minimap, to Anti-Mage and Bristleback. Bristleback is just going to just have a really good time. I mean, he did, but then he didn't see Pudge coming, so now he's in danger. I think he's gonna die here. Okay, he got Soul Ring, that's why. Alright, I mean, okay. So Soul Ring is not a bad item, but when Bristleback already has Crystal Maiden in his team, I think he should have known that he doesn't really need Soul Ring. He already has really good mana regen with the Arcane Aura, and especially when he has Talent at level 10 plus 2 mana regeneration. I don't think he needs Soul Ring. I know how, like, this is like benefit him in terms of stats and just give him emergency mana by just pressing Soul Ring, because there's an Anti-Mage, there's gonna be a time where Bristleback is depleted of his mana just from Anti-Mage right clicking, and he wants to cast some Cold Spray, and therefore this is worth it. But if he just can banish Magic Wand, it accomplished the same thing, and I feel like this is kind of wasted. With this money, I think he should have gotten like something like Ring of Health, so that he's gonna get faster Hood of Defiance or faster Vanguard, something like that. I think that was a better item. Just whatever. Let's focus on me. So, as you guys can see, because we have been doing pretty well at level 1 to level 2 spectrum, which is very very important in my MMR bracket. If we fuck up at level 1 or level 2, we're just gonna lose the game. So this is exactly a game where like it's ideal that you're giving a lot of space to your offlaner and you're fucking up with the enemy safe laner, and you're very very happy. Okay, so now Bristleback is now going back to the base. I know that as Crystal Maiden with no brown boots, I have zero possibility of surviving this lane. So I was like, okay, it's minute 4:30-ish. I'm gonna be jungling a little bit because I have 2 points in Arc and Aura. I'm gonna jungle a little bit, and what's going to my mind is if it's minute 5, I'm gonna stack this camp at 53 and attack this one at 56. Therefore, I'm gonna double stacking and I'm gonna get the boundary, like things like that. It's going to my mind. So I can see in the minimap that, you know, there's intimidation, just letting my team know that the boundary is coming. And Pudge showed out of nowhere. I think they smoked. I think they smoked. So before I die, I'm gonna buy a lot of items. I'm gonna die here, and they're gonna do boundary. And it's very very, it's just like fishy that they have a ward in right here. Seeing that how they were able to gank me like that, yeah, that was just my prediction. If they can do this, they must have a ward right here. So that was my prediction, and I was right. So Bristleback is like just dying there. I was not happy about it, but it's actually better than nothing. So what I totally dislike about my offlane or just any hero that we play in this meta, if you're doing nothing, like if you're not pressuring the lane, or if you're just trying to like hide in the tree and just do nothing, I think that is the worst. So dying is somewhat bad, yes, because you're feeding the enemy carry, but he's at least trying to like screw up with anti-mage, make some space, burn out his tango, healing self, things like that. So it's better. It's 100% better than doing nothing. I'm gonna double stack this. So I just double stacked it, and I'll try to. Oh, I was trying to get that large creep with my frostbite. Okay, so just looking at the minimap, thinking about what is gonna be my next move. So I think I decided to go mid because I knew that Storm was like getting chased and the mid lane was kind of empty. So I wish I could have been there, but Bristleback got hooked by a Pudge, so you know that's on his fault. It's gonna die here. But this lane was empty. That is the reason why I came here. So I was paying attention to the minimap, which you guys should always do. Just being careful, because if I get cold snap, I'm gonna die. Just trying to like, and I knew that Storm was coming. I mean, he pinged me, so I knew that this was a chance to go in. Frostbite. I probably should have put down a ward, like when, because we did not have vision to the uphill. But luckily we did not miss our right clicking from attacking from the downhill, and Storm is gonna get a double kill and focus on my last hitting. Gonna give a ward to Storm. I don't want to put it down like right away. Also sharing him one tango. So what is my next move? What really sucked about this game was I got brown boots in minute 7. This is because I've been getting like the first reason is I died around minute 5 because the enemy team smoke ganked me, which I think is not the worst thing that can happen. If Storm died, that is like, that hurts us as a team, but I died, so I was kind of economically poor relatively. I'm gonna be excuse me, gonna be jungling as much as I can, and seeing that there's only anti-mage top, both of their supports are missing, I knew that if I could just be there and just cast one frostbite, anti-mage is gonna die. So I'm gonna be joining him. This is where you should pay attention. You don't want to get hit by tower, but at the same time you don't want anti-mage to hit your creep, so he can get the aggro. Oh, okay, this is what happened. Now I see it. Well, alright, I mean, not bad, right? I made Pudge to use his hook, I made anti-mage to use his ultimate. Also made Windrunner to come to the top lane, which is now giving Juggernaut entire free from bottom. So Bristleback is gonna die, but it's fine. So if you're dying like this, again, like I said, it sucks, yes, but it's fine. This is much better than doing nothing. So if we just see this net worth, I say KDA first. Look at this KDA. Bristleback is 3-4. Anti-Mage is like 0-1-4. Their supports got a little bit of kill, but this just tells me that Bristleback has been active in the map. And Juggernaut, of course, is like free farming, and at the same time, he's got kill. Just wanted to check if they had a vision here. I'm gonna smoke here. Because Dark Willow just rotated, I knew that Dark Willow was level 6, and which means we have a killing potential against Anti-Mage. Like this, like this. Oh, I sort of like blocked Dark Willow. That's something that I didn't realize. So I did great here, but what I kind of missed, what I could have done better. Okay, I'm gonna say this first. Dark Willow's hiding here. Alright, did he die here? Don't want to take too much damage. So right now, as I'm paying attention to like focusing on killing Jakiro, I'm also paying attention to the minimap, seeing that if Invoker is about to rotate or if Anti-Mage is coming from somewhere because he has a bank. I gotta be careful. So Anti-Mage is coming here, so we don't really have to worry about it. Okay. I was gonna say something, right? I forgot. Oh yeah, about what I just did slightly wrong was I was kind of blocking Dark Willow. I mean that matters. This is where Dark Willow kind of overextended. Yeah, so what I should have done is after casting Frostbite, I should have just moved forward with Dark Willow instead of like stopping there and right clicking. I should have just moved forward. That way I do not hinder Dark Willow from getting close to enemies. So Dark Willow has much better, higher right click damage than me. Okay. Just going back, I just came back, seeing that there's nothing else I can do because I was out of mana. Okay, this is what I did. I'm gonna cast my ultimate here. So this is what I like to do as Crystal Maiden. I think you need to do this. So this is where I decided that. So originally this stack right here is for Bristleback. Almost every game, if I'm starting at top lane and we're dual laning, I stack this camp as Raging because it's really easy. It's 53 and 56. I can like triple stack it. But if I give the stack to off lane, he becomes fat, like really fat. But this game, I felt like Bristleback was just too busy staying in the lane. He does not want to go anywhere else. I think, like I said, him dying is really fine. I just want him to be there and contest anti-mage almost every time. So he's really busy doing that. So I'm gonna just eat the stack. So a lot of about things that I've been learning in Dota by playing so far is that you gotta learn at some point you should stop harassing or hindering the enemy saving carry, but you should start on securing your own farm. So this is where I decided that alright, the good time is over. Now Push has some levels, Anti-Mage has some level, Bristleback also got some levels, but I don't really want to be in the lane at this point. I mean, I can't really help them. So this is where I was telling Bristleback, don't do that. You can't let Push do that anymore. You gotta be really careful. If you die like just one more time, Anti-Mage can come back from it. So I told him just be really careful, because I'm not gonna be there anymore. I can't help him. My game plan from now, like after minute 10, what's going to my mind is I should stop being just being a lane support. I'm gonna roam around the map, provide vision, make the enemy team busy. Because Crystal Maiden is like also a ganker. She's a really good ganker. That is why I have a smoke in my inventory, and also bought a dust because I knew the Invoker is very weak against dust ganking with smoke. He is just really weak. So we can already see that I'm stacking here again. This is for Bristleback, obviously. I'm seeing that Windrunner is mid, Jakiro is mid, Invoker is mid, which means I cannot gank mid, but which also means that Juggernaut is now bottom saving, like just free farming again, just because having perfect game. So all I want to do is just be defensive, make for the enemy team to overextend, make some mistakes, things like this. Very good save by Jakiro, by the way. Very good. We took a lot of damage from Jakiro. That was actually impressive. So we're gonna use a shrine, dodge the Sunstrike, and I am already planning out my next move, just checking the minimap, what's up with everyone. and just move my smoke from the backpack, and we're gonna smoke here. It looks like a really good timing, right? Because it's very likely that the enemy team does not have a ward here that deep, in this deep. And again, I have a dust, and if we can see Invoker mid, like he's gonna die. I'm wasting my Frost Nova. I wanted to last it, but it's whatever. Okay, Jacker was here. I wish that was Invoker, but you know. I am tanking the tower damage. I think I should have done that because I don't want Storm get hit by tower. Like it's gonna go down way too fast. Popping my dust right away. Well, that was kind of unfortunate. So what happened was I did right. I was intentionally tanking the tower, but in the process of Storm killing Jakiro, Storm had to right click the Jakiro and Storm stole the tower aggro from me, and then he got tower damage like I think 3 times, and he also got cold snap. That is why Invoker was able to heal Storm, but we ended up killing Jakiro and Invoker, so we should be happy about that. Going back to top again because I don't want anti-mage to be like taking this tower free. The ward again is just your job, right? Just getting a ward. And again, I just predicted that. So this is a prediction, right? The first one was pretty clear that if the enemy team is doing that, enemy team is setting up that good of a smoke gank, they should have a ward here. That was my logic. I'm gonna get hooked here, but this time was sort of just thinking that if they have a ward here, we're gonna get fucked. So I must put down a sentry. So my brain as a support is working that way. Yep, number one, if I'm putting down a sentry, I highly suspect the enemy team has a sentry here because of this, because of that. And another reason is if I don't know if they put down a ward here, but if they have a ward here, it's gonna be pain in the ass. It's gonna hinder our smoke ganking. It's gonna just give me too much information. Then I'll just put on a sentry. And this time I got lucky.
That's for me.
Gonna come down here because I knew that this was an empty lane again. So if you're playing support, it's really important for you guys to figure out which lane is empty, which lane is dead, which lane is the lane that carry does not want to go, which means you should be utilizing that as a resource. So I know how like in the middle like things are happening, but me being here, this is just so important because we have a catapult wave, and if I can push this lane, I'm gonna be dealing a lot of damage to the enemy team bottom tower. And this just means so much, right? Crystal Nova, just try not to miss last it. I mean, Storm died mid and Dark Willow died mid, but like I said, it's not like I'm not doing anything. Luckily I have a bounty on here. I pushed a huge wave, which is a catapult wave, and I don't even care if it's like going anywhere. The reason I'm staying in the jungle right now because if I go much deeper, and if anybody in the enemy team rotates with just, I don't know, smoke gank or just be there, tornado from Invoker, I'm gonna die. Jakiro with stun, I'm gonna die. One shackle shot, I'm gonna die, so I have to be really careful. And we took the bottom tower with the catapult. I wasn't even checking the tower HP, but yeah, we got it. So I am keep pushing. So this is me trying to like make the enemy team react to my pushing. So by doing this, yes, I knew that I was in danger, so I'm gonna be like, I'm trying to like bail off. So Invoker is here, and I knew that I was already late, kind of joking a little bit. Uked the Sunstrike, very lucky again. And yeah, what can I do, right? Just press the magic wand and just cast my ultimate. And yeah, Storm came here, he saved me. That was a really big kill. So if, in terms of enemy team, if anyone was playing Invoker, she should be really tilted because he just lost 1 versus 1 against Crystal Maiden, and he lost a snowball. I think Invoker had like Midas in a minute 10 or something at decent timing. So he had Midas. He has a lot of bond. He has Midas. I think he won the lane against the Storm. So he's been having a really good time. But that kill was really crucial. I wasn't expecting to win, but yeah, Storm did. Actually, it was a Storm, right? Storm did a really good job.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So again, this sentry is like, I don't know. I didn't know they have a ward here, but if they do, it's gonna be pain in the ass. I'm gonna have to put it down. Don't want to go in first. I know there was a punch. I knew there was Invoker. If I get initiated, I'm gonna die. So I don't want to be in the front line. And I knew that Dark Willow was much better than me in going front line in this case. So I let her go first. We got punch kill. Bristleback was rotating. Where is Jargon? Oh, Jargon just died. Okay. What we want to do here is we just want to push and take down the middle tower. So we already screwed up with the anti-mage in the early game, like enough, right? Anti-mage is totally fucked, right? There's only Vanguard, so it's really fucked. So what we want to do at this point is don't bother, like, don't get obsessed with the anti-mage. That is sort of a mistake that I've been making when I was like 4K in Mar or 3.9, something like that. I felt like, oh, there's a carry, I don't want him to freeform. But nowadays, I know that we should just let him do it. At this point, you can't really, you don't want to go to anti-mage, but what you want to do is you let him freeform, yes, because he's already behind, but you use this time to group up and take them to objective. Oh, this ice path. Again, hello Invoker. Yep, he's dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So everybody died but anti-mage,
Dire's middle tower
which is good, right?
fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Did we kill him? Oh, he's stunned now, alright. Excuse me, we were able to kill him. We were able to kill him because Dark World had a lot of farm and he had a veil.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle
The spawn rune time, and I knew that Stone had a bottle, so I was like, alright, sorry, here's a rune. And my next big item was Blink Dagger. So after getting Trunkle Boots, Magic Wand, and Windlace, because Crystal Maiden is moving really slow, I think you need Blink Dagger. I've been playing a lot of games with Crystal Maiden, but whatever the lineup that you're facing, it just changes the game by just getting Blink Dagger. I know how like Crystal Maiden is squishy, you might die when you blink in the face of enemy team, but you just gotta do it, right? There are many times that you just gotta do it, and even if you die, you will lead your team to victory. So I feel like this is really good. And just paying attention. Invoker is here, so I'm gonna blink in here. My ultimate was on cooldown for 1 second, so that sucks. The ideal situation would have been I blink in, Frostbite, Frost Nova, and then cast my ultimate right away. But there was a little bit of delay because my ultimate was on cooldown for like 1.5 seconds, and yeah, that was just unfortunate. Ooh, but I knew that my blink dagger was off cooldown, so I'm gonna blink out right away. Don't take damage from power shot. We don't want to be greedy because my blink is on cooldown, I don't have ultimate, and Bristleback is already pushing top tower, so I don't want to die here. Juggernaut dabbed in because he has blink dagger, right? He has blink, he had ultimate, so he just went in, kills Akira with his ultimate, that's good. And my next item is Road of Athos. This is because we are playing against anti-mage. So the logic behind getting Athos is if you just use Athos on anti-mage, he can't blink out. You're immobilizing him and he cannot use blink ability. So you can stop him from that, or another logic was that if I use my Athos, I can force anti-mage to use his Manta style to dispel himself and get him out. But if I let him do that, if I ever force him to do that, he's gonna be using his Manta style to use it defensively, right? Which actually should have been an offensive item. So that hurts him, so that is why Athos makes sense here. I knew that they had more team here, so yeah, Punch was here, just blink backward, and go for Invoker. So this is how you can play with Blink Dagger, but thing about this item is I don't recommend this item if you're not ready to use this item, Invoker Ball. Blink has 15 seconds cooldown. It used to be like 12 seconds, right? But it got nerfed. This item is not recommended for beginners. Don't get this item if you don't feel comfortable using it. Get a Glimmer Cape, get a Force Staff, or anything, okay? But you get this item when you are confident yourself that you can utilize this item. For me, I've been playing a lot of support heroes, and I know when to blink in, when to blink out, when to initiate. Things like that. I'm really comfortable and really confident in that, so this is always my favorite item. But I just see so many players that, oh, like you have to get Blink Dagger into 0 and I'm gonna get Blink, and they don't even use the Blink Dagger, right? And that sucks. It's like Shadow Blade versus Blink Dagger. It's always the most controversial item between, because Blink is an item that can help you to initiate. Shadow Blade is also an item that can help you to initiate, and people asking which one is better, right? And just in short, if you are a beginner and if you suck at using Blink Dagger, get a Shadow Blade. It's 100 times better. Shadow Blade forces the enemy team to buy a sentry, and you know, like, if nobody buys sentry, like, you're gonna win the game, right? But Blink is where yeah, so Crystal Maiden is actually not a really good example of comparing between which item is better as Blink or Shadow Blade. Blink is much better, right? But if you think about heroes like the Dragon Knight, it's really controversial, right? Should I get Shadow Blade or should I get Blink? Or even Doom, should I get Blink or should I get Shadow Blade? It's really hard, right? Okay. And yeah, if you're low in mark, get Shadow Blade. If you're confident that enemy team will buy a sentry, buy a bunch of dust, consider getting Blade Dagger. I don't understand why enemy team is like talking so much. I don't even know what PMA means, but they're talking a lot of shit, and yeah, they got tilted. They definitely got tilted. So what let's check the level.
Radiant's top tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
Juggernaut level 22 and team is 17, so Juggernaut is not over farming anti-mage, which is unusual, right? So I think we won every lane. Well, we lost mid. I think we lost mid because Storm was like level 8 when Invoker was like level 13, I think, if I can remember correctly. So
Radiant structures are fortified.
Storm lost mid, but we won. We won the bottom lane. I'm pretty sure we won the bottom because they were running the trailing top, and you know, it's expected that we win the bottom, and we at least broke down even in the top lane with Bristleback and Crystal Maiden. So this is why dual lane is now in the meta.
Radiant's top
And
tower
what just happened is Storm just dived in with his Aegis, so he kind of expected that he's gonna die, but before he died, he used his Orchid and he just autoed all of his skills and killed one before he dies, and he came back from the death. And by the time that enemy team used all of their spells on killing Storm, Juggernaut dived in, used Omni Slash, and cleaned up everybody.
bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom
So Athos is not my go-to item every game. I don't really get this item like that many times, but okay, before that, let's talk about the talent. I got 250 health and 14 the mana cost, mana loss reduction aura. The part, this is actually a really hard one. When I play Crystal Maiden, every time it's different. There are cases where I would go left and left,
middle barracks.
level 10 and level 15. In this game, I felt like I don't really need cast range. I really don't. All I want is by having extra health, I'll be extra tankier and I don't die. That's all I wanted. Because if I don't take health, what I expected was I would be taking too much damage from just one Sunstrike or Catholicism from Invoker. I'm just gonna die, right? And that's bad. As Crystal Maiden, in the mid to late game, like you are always the first target. Imagine like if you were the enemy and there's a Crystal Maiden, what are you gonna do? You're gonna kill her first, right? Whatever the lane you're facing, if there's Crystal Maiden, you want to kill her first because she's the easiest target. So you need to get Glow Scepter, Glimmer Cape. Usually those are the items, but in this game, we were just too far ahead of the game, and I decided to be extremely aggressive. But let's say I was losing the game, I wouldn't be making this item choices. If I was losing the game, I'd be taking Glimmer Cape, Force Staff, things like that to survive. Glow Scepter, right? But if you're winning the games and if you choose to be like really offensive and thinking the best offense is defense, get Blink Dagger, get BKB,
Is under
and you can initiate with just Blink in, BKB, well BKB and Blink in,
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
and then cast all of your spells and Freezing Field. That way it's just perfect initiation to your team, provide vision, and making the enemy team really hard to kill you.
Radiant's bottom
If you're really rich, you can get Aghanim Scepter and just carry the game sometimes. That is what I like about Crystal Maiden. In pub games, they're just whatever the MMR that you're staying in, even though like you're 5k MMR, there are a lot of space. Like people are not utilizing the map correctly, and they are always like empty lane. empty jungle, so it's time to farm. And if you let Crystal Maiden to farm the jungle, farm the lane a little bit, and let her hit level 15, if you take plus 150 gold per minute talent, like, you're gonna be very easily transition to Sandman carry by getting Aghanim Scepter and Blink and BKB. It's really strong. I wish I could show you guys the build, which I usually do, but it's insane. It's totally insane. And if you feel like Aghanim Scepter doesn't really do anything, just Rush Hacks or Shiva's Guard. Those are equally really strong items as support. And Crystal Maiden can get those items because she gets a lot of gold from jungling. So that's what I like about her. And obviously just way too much trash talk. It's kind of fun actually. It's kind of fun just watching the trash talk sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna win this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and let me know if you guys have any questions. My next item would have been BKB. If we just fuck up and enemy team make some comeback, my next item would have been BKB, and I would have done what I just told you guys. BKB, Blink in, Nova for Spite, and Ultimate. There you go. Okay, so this is a start. Oh, actually, this guy helped me a lot in supporting. So I think I pretended to be pushing 5 at the beginning, but Dark Willow ended up helping me a lot. I think this makes sense, okay? Because in the early game, you don't really need item, like in super early game, like before minute 10. Crystal Maiden is okay with having only Tranquil Boots, but after minute 20, Crystal Maiden can really appreciate some space to farm Blink Dagger, and like I said, if she get BKB, or just Aghanim Scepter, she is insane in team fighting. And after minute 15, minute 20, that is where Dark Willow doesn't really need any farm. She can focus on sacrifice of herself and less Crystal Maiden farm. So I think this guy also played really great. She was understanding what was going on. And taking the mana reduction aura also helps my team. Storm, just not to mention, just the best hero that benefit from the mana aura. And Juggernaut, of course. Juggernaut has a really small mana pool. Bristleback, yes. Dark Willow, yes. So I think I made a right choice. But if there's nobody in your team that is benefiting from mana aura, just take the plus 50 gold per minute talent. It's gonna make it just really rich, and from that you get items and snowball it. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. That's it. Goodbye.